We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a few minutes here. But as always, welcome back to the Prison Yard TV, where we discuss prison politics, war stories, and my life changed since leaving prison in 2018. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, and definitely hit that bell for notification. So I was debating on doing this story because I've been trying to get a hold of Sea Dog from Rollin 60's. Um, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. They're on lockdown where he's at, or he's on lockdown. I got one person there where he's at that has a phone, and he said he's unable to get to Sea Dog right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this story. I'll confirm with him after the story. So I'm talking about Big Sea Dog from 60's, this in prison for a life sentence. And how I met this cat was a delicate situation because when I got to New Folsom in 2013 or 14, they were on lockdown. And so I went there from Solano Hole. I was in the hole for 25 months, I believe it's Solano Hole. And I was under an investigation for narcotic trafficking and overfamiliarity with staff. They never convicted me of nothing. I was on potty watch for 10 days. They didn't get nothing from me. But because I beat them, they punished me by keeping me in the hole for over 2 years and then sending me to a 180 level 4. As you know, Solano's level 2 and 3. I was on the level 3 yard, A yard. I was only there for maybe 60 days before I went to the hole. So when I get to New Folsom, we're on lockdown. This cat gets on the bus with me from Solano, and his name is Tone Loc from San Diego neighborhood 40s. Now, I never had any interactions with this cat before New Folsom. So when you get to New Folsom back then, they send you to one building on C Yard for orientation, A section. Now, A section is strictly for orientation. I believe there's 8 cells up top, 8 cells down bottom. I'm in the second cell from the end, and I'm next to a cat named Firebug. He was a blood, I think maybe from Bounty Hunters. I don't remember. He was a cool ass cat. And then a cat from Richmond, a youngster. I was on orientation for almost 30 days because the blacks were on lockdown. So during this 30 days on orientation, I found out that Godfather was there, Doc from Harlem was there, and B section. So I sent kites. I paid this native cat to buy me a cell over there. Unbeknownst to me, the cat from San Diego neighborhood 40s was already in the cell that I wanted to move into. So I had a choice. I already paid the Indian cat. I think it was $500 to get me the cell. Either I could wait and have that cat moved out, or I could go over there on the main line immediately. So I decided to go in the cell with this cat named Tone Loc. I moved in the cell with this cat, and he told me he knew a bunch of my homies. I told him I knew J.O. Felony and some of his homies. And I moved in with this cat. Well, he turned out to be a real J cat. And he had like 8 years left, so he's probably home now. But when you're on lockdown on a level 4 yard for over 6 months, whatever faction you're from, they have a little concrete yard, and they used to send all the blacks out to this little concrete yard. And so when we used to go to the concrete yard, my Celly used to stay in the cell. And I'm like, man, this dude's in the cell all day, all night. He don't leave the cell. He would go out, shower, come back in. So this is how I ended up moving in the cell with Sea Dog. Me and this cat get into it. And we get into it because he wakes up at 5 o'clock and he makes a lot of noise, like on purpose. He puts his headphones on and he spits in the sink instead of the toilet, and he leaves the spit in the sink. And I can't stand that. So we get in a physical altercation in the cell. So because we're on lockdown, police didn't find out about it, but I had a homie come that knew this cat real well, Money Mike, Michael Haynes from 29th Street. He came and he was like, he moved in the cell with C-Dog from Rollin 60's. So he was like, dog, let me move in with Tone Loc and you move in with C-Dog. So I thought about it for a day. Instead of keeping my knife on me, not sleeping at night, I decided let's do the switch. So me and Money Mike did the switch. Well, after talking to C-Dog for a couple of days, he convinced me that it wasn't even cool for my little homie to be in the cell with him because he had animosity. He came up on the losing end of the fight. So I was concerned that he was going to do something to Money Mike. So when me and C-Dog came out for showers, I put a shank in an envelope and I went to the cell and I slid it to Money Mike. Went to the shower, took a shower. By the time I got out the shower, he was at the door, called me back and slid me the piece back and told me he didn't want it and he didn't need it. So he said he was comfortable in there with Tone Loc and some more shit. So I ended up being in the cell with C-Dog. And when you're on lockdown, you play a lot of chess, cards in the cell because you're in the cell 23 hours a day. It's like being in the hole, like being in the shoe. So me and C-Dog used to play chess all the time. And this dude, he's probably 6'1", 6'2", dark skin, real cool demeanor. Never seen him get angry. And weighs like 260 pounds. And one day we're playing chess and I throw the chessboard up in his face. And he looked at me and he said, dog, if you want to fight, I want to let you know something. I've never lost a fight in my life. And when I heard that, it was like everybody lost a fight in their life. He said, ask somebody in this prison. I've never, but he said from the street to prison, he's never lost a fight. And it was just unbelievable for someone to say that to me, and I'm in the cell with him. And he got up slowly and he went over by the door and he was like, I don't want to fight you. We're in the cell. And I didn't really want to fight him at all. He was a big ass dude. In a cell fight, when you're fighting a bigger dude, these cells are humongous, by the way. They're like mini studios. But we was in a bedrock cell where we didn't have bunk beds. We was on the first tier. We had bedrock beds, and our beds were next to each other. And there's like a 3-foot space between the beds, and then there's a big area up front. We could have got down. We didn't end up getting down. So how I found out, not really like solid evidence, but everybody I talked to about this cat confirmed he never lost a fight. And at one time he was at New Folsom and he was pushed up on by the 8 trays, and I guess he took off on him, and he wasn't on the losing end of that either. But after I got out of New Folsom and went back down to a level 3, I started doing my investigation on this cat, and he was a dangerous individual. How I know this, and he was actually so let me tell you something about C-Dog. He's married to Big Chan from Doggy's Angels. And they used to send him money. He had pictures with her. That was his wife. So he wasn't doing bad, and neither was I. So we was in there vibing together for probably a little over a year and a half. I think we were Celly together. But how I found out that he didn't have it all, he probably would have murdered me in the cell, is 2 years later, when I go to Lancaster, I'm at Lancaster, and a cop gets thrown off the fucking tier and gets his back broke. Not on my yard. I was on B yard, but on another yard. And come to find out, it was C-Dog. What happened was, my understanding, and this is third party information, is that C-Dog Celly was in the cell bagging up weed, and the cop came by and seen it, and C-Dog stood in front of the door and wouldn't let the cop come in. The cop grabbed him and tried to handcuff him, and C-Dog threw the cop over the second tier. And this was in 2015, I believe, in Lancaster. So I knew then that this was a dangerous individual. But back to Tone Loc from Neighborhood 40s. So this cat was staying in the cell the whole time because he was going through my mail and he was getting addresses and phone numbers. And after I left New Folsom, he had wrote my mother a letter trying to get at my mom, calling her a Nubian queen. And so my mom sent me a letter with the letter he sent her and sent it to me when I was in Lancaster. And I started pushing up on all the Crips from San Diego, asking did they know him, and everyone knew this cat. And they told me he was a straight J cat, like a real J cat. And I could tell, but I just didn't want to be bothered in the cell with him. But C-Dog, I ended up doing time with Mad Dog, M Dog from 60's, a few Lunatic Frank, Pretty Boy, and they all told me the same thing about C-Dog. So I think that usually when you're in the cell with someone and you have a disagreement, you guys try to pan it out, because cell time is you're in the cell majority of the time when you're on a level 4 180 yard. So you have to vibe with your cellie. And I did not want to fight this guy. I threw the chessboard out of anger. We just had a food sale. Pizza was everywhere. I had an anger issue at the time, and I wasn't thinking, but he probably would have murdered me in the cell, honestly. If we would have got out in the cell, he probably I got away with that one. And that's the only time that I really felt like a threat inside of my own cell. Even though it was his cell first, when you move in a cell, it's equally both your guys' cell. Some people play that territorial shit. Oh, I was in the cell, this is my cell. Immediately, there's a fight in the cell when that happens. You can make your time go by very easy or very fast, depending on who your cellie is. And if you're not vibing with your cellie, there's going to be violence in that cell. C-Dog was probably one of the coolest cellies I've ever had, without any issues besides that one. And it was over a damn chess game. And I was really vibing with this cat. So, oh my goodness, what's all this? Let me check something out. With Money Mike. Yeah, Money Mike was from my hood. Michael Haynes, Salinas. Flip, Chi-Town's in the house. Hopefully you can make a video of X-Rated and SIBO current situation friendship. So SIBO and X-Rated, who said that? Patty Kaiser. So let me put this up. Let me put your hopefully you can make a video of X-Rated and SIBO current situation and friendship. So as you know, me and SIBO really don't talk anymore. I just talked to X-Rated via text a couple weeks ago, wished him luck. And my understanding is, as of last year anyway, I didn't talk about X, about him and SIBO's situation, but as of last year, they wasn't getting along at all. And it's in-house stuff. I don't really want to talk about that situation unless X wants to come on here and confirm what I'm saying. I don't like starting rumors with people from my neighborhood, but they're both from my neighborhood, and they're both factors from my neighborhood. They are what they say they are. SIBO's not a fake ass dude just because he's a rapper. X is not a fake ass dude. I don't want to get into the politics about the rap industry and people from my neighborhood like that. That's between them two individuals. I can say there has been words exchanged between both of them over the phone. And one called one out for a fade. That's all I can say, and it never happened. And that's been since X-Rated has been home. I've been to X-Rated's concert. I've been to Vegas, so he's something close to my heart. I know people on here saying a lot of stuff about him. I don't believe none of that shit. But yeah, Patty, I really can't do that until I talk to Honore. Mario Smith, what up, Lo? What's up, Mario? Was Money Mike from your hood? Yeah, he's from my hood. Um, that's all I can say about him. He's still in jail. He got a life sentence. I think he was struck out over a cell phone, something to do with a cell phone and a robbery. Much respect on the George Hudson. Right now, I gotta answer this call. My son is calling me. Hello. Hey. Oh, what's up with the scaffolding? I'm doing my video right now. I'll call you back. So yeah, I don't want to really get into my hood politics on YouTube unless people from my hood like Sko and Baby Sight want to come on here and confirm. I want to keep my channel as authentic as possible. And I know a lot of people get on here and make derogatory statements and comments that they don't know about. But I want to be authentic as possible. I see these other channels and I laugh at their content because half of it is for entertainment and half of it is truth. And I'm trying to keep this as truthful as possible. Solid evidence I have on everything I'm talking about. I have write-ups. I have major write-ups, 115s for fights, riots, drugs. No drugs. I didn't get caught with no drugs. Cell phones. And I don't know if YouTube approves of that kind of paperwork on here. I could blot out some stuff with the fights and stuff. But I just hope that I don't have to post no paperwork on here. I got a box full of 115s, man, that date back for years. But I do want to touch on one other thing with you guys. So, no, I don't. I don't even want to go there. That's a whole nother video. I was going to bring something up I seen today on YouTube about boxer Enriquez, about he got out of prison. He's not out of prison, by the way. He got granted parole. I did my research. As you guys know, he's an ex-MA member, and he's probably the most wanted person in California for the way he debriefed and helped law enforcement prosecute a lot of cases. And I never met him face to face. I've talked to him through a vent before at Corcoran. I've never even seen him face to face. We talked briefly when I found out who he was. I cut all communication off with him. But everyone's on here saying Boxer got released. Boxer's still in prison. He's in Ironwood right now, and he did get granted parole. I could confirm that he got granted parole. He'll probably be out within 90 days. You know, he's going to the witness protection program, the federal witness protection program. And how that works is they have to set up a place for you to go, and they pay you. And he's going to have new identity, which he should have, because what he did is very foul. He debriefed he gave up everything. And I feel for the victims that was his victims. Do I think that he earned his way out of prison? My opinion is Boxer Enriquez is a very, very smart, intelligent individual. And time will tell if he's sincere about what he said in his interviews about not turning back to a life of crime. And time will tell. He's 60 years old. I think he just turned 60 a week ago. So he's been in jail since the 80s. So he's been in jail a long time. He's a grandpa. So I was going to get on here and do a video about him, but I see all these other channels that bringing his name up. So I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. He did get granted parole. He's still in Ironwood right now. Down with part 2. Who was that? Big homie. Part 2 on Blood on the Razor Wire, because you got a lot more to say. Hey, E. So I've been debating that, man. You know, me and Chad vibe, even when we're not on screen. We vibe, and we got the same mission. I'll probably do it, but not real soon. I'll probably wait a couple weeks. I got all the, man, this book right here. This is all content. And I haven't even opened up. I haven't even finished like one page of my content. So I want to stay on the same page with this prison stuff right now. But I will do a second interview with Chad, E. And I want to thank E, Big E from the East Coast. He's like my #1 supporter. I built a relationship with him. We're doing a little bit of business together right now, legal business together. And I want to give a shout out to Big E from back east. I appreciate everything he's done for me. We vibe, and he's like he's damn near my family now. I just met him over a month ago, man. But I feel him and he feels me. Um, so give a shout out to E. I'm going to touch more bases on the Sea Dog situation because I got a lot to say. A lot happened in that year and a half. But like I said, I wasn't going to do this video today until I confirmed with him that I could do it. So I didn't want to give you guys too much. I'm going to do a part 2, and hopefully I could get him some kind of communication, or he can use the wall phone when he does get off lockdown. And maybe I could do an interview with him. It's going to probably be a 15-minute interview. Anyone out there from 60's, you guys know who I'm talking about. Your homie Big Sea Dog. Want you tap in. If you have any communication with him, I wouldn't mind interviewing anybody from 60's right now. I got 2 people in mind, Lunatic Frank and Pretty Boy. I know him very well. I've been knowing Pretty Boy since 1989. He's out now. He got out on a life sentence. I don't believe Lunatic Frank's out. I left him at CMC in 2018, and me and him connected on the street. We had a little falling out, and hopefully I could interview him. They were like the big homies. Your guys' big homies from Rollin 60s. Lunatic Frank's in his 60s. I think Pretty Boy's in his mid 60s. So they're like big homies. So I want to cut this video short. Stay blessed. Tell the people that you love them, and stay off the streets. It's dangerous out there. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button and hit the notification button. See y'all tomorrow. Oh, see you later tonight. I'm doing another video about Big Badass Snoop from Northern Riders. My interactions with him and his brother Mongo. So I'll see you guys later on tonight. I think it's 6.